Welcome back, everyone. This is part 2. We are going to continue from where we stopped at part 1. She is called Americannah when she returns to Nigeria, having picked up a blunt American way of speaking and addressing problems. She resists this label, but it's evident to the reader that Ifemelu's years in America have changed her. According to Idowu Faith, no valid statement can be made on Americannah without deconstructing the term Americana, which more or less reveals the thesis of the narrative as well as the preoccupation of Adichie in the text. In Nigerian parlance, the term Americana is an identity term based on a person's previous experience of living in America. In an interview, Adichie defines Americana as describing those who have been to the US and return with American affectations, pretend not to understand their mother tongues any longer, and refuse to eat Nigerian food, making constant reference to their life in America. From this understanding, it is clear that Ifemelu's decision to return home without worrying about being identified as an Americana establishes that Adichie is proposing and charting a path for a new kind of migration story whose quintessence is return migration. Gender. Adichie's explorations of sexual education and the perception of sex among youngsters in Nigeria plays a fundamental role in the journey of Ifemelu exploring her sexuality as an adolescent in a Puritan post-colonial society. Migration. While many of the migratory experiences in the novel work within migration theory, Adichie simultaneously transcends the borders of international migration theories by introducing a new factor that both influences migration and projects a new perspective on return migration. According to Dustman and Weiss, lack of economic opportunity and escape from natural disaster and persecution are two main reasons individuals migrate throughout history, while identifying the need to flee choicelessness as the main reason for much of the migration in the 21st century. Nigeria's setting of the novel, Adichie uses literary dimensions to shake up the foundations of theory. Consequently, the direction of this type of migration, how it affects the bonds of love, how it changes personalities and cultural views, and how it interprets identity, become the novelist's major theoretical engagements. In addition, Adichie is concerned with how migration debates and elevates, how it barters and fulfills, and most significantly, how it reinvents. Reception. Reviews. Critics praise the novel, especially noting its range across different societies and reflection of global tensions. Writing for the New York Times, Mike Peed said, Americannah examines blackness in America, Nigeria and Britain, but it's also a steady-handed dissection of the universal human experience, a platitude made fresh by the accuracy of Adichie's observations. Peed concluded, Americannah is witheringly trenchant and hugely empathetic, both worldly and geographically precise, a novel that holds the discomfiting realities of our times fearlessly before us. It never feels false. Reviewing the novel for the Washington Post, Emily Rabotu called Adichie a hawk observer of manners and distinctions in class, and said Adichie brings a ruthless honesty about the ugly and beautiful sides of both the United States and Nigeria. In the Chicago Tribune, Laura Pearson wrote, sprawling, ambitious, and gorgeously written, Americannah covers race, identity, relationships, community, politics, privilege, language, her, migration, intimacy, blogging, books, and Barack Obama. It covers three continents, spans decades, leaps gracefully from chapter to chapter to different cities and other lives. Adichie weaves them assuredly into a thoughtfully structured epic. The result is a timeless love story steeped in our times. Someone links the Americana to the rise of nationalism. In this regard, he thinks the story of Americana evokes the image that the 21st century will be defined by the tension between the globalization, which is brought by technology, and the ordering, which is brought by the characteristic of globalization. Accordingly, Marwala, on reviewing Americana, stated that it seems that in the 21st century, the strangeness of ordering, of enhancing difference rather than embracing our commonalities, and the wedging of deep fissures in society continues unabated. Awards. The book was selected as one of the 10 best books of 2013 by the editors of the New York Times Book Review. It won the 2013 National Book Critics Circle Award Fiction and was shortlisted for the 2014 Bailey's Women's Prize for Fiction of the United Kingdom. The Chicago Tribune awarded Adichie its 2013 Heartland Award for Fiction, recognizing Americana as a novel that engages with important ideas about race and does so with style, wit, and insight. In March 2017, Americana was picked as the winner for the One Book, One New York program, part of a community reading initiative encouraging all city residents to read the same book. In 2024, Americana was ranked 27 in the list of 100 best books of the 21st century by the New York Times. Sales. Americana spent 78 weeks on NPR's paperback bestseller list, days after the New York Times named Americana to its Best Books of 2013 list. Beyoncé also signaled her admiration of Adichie, sampling Adichie's TED talk, "We Should All Be Feminists," on the song Flawless. Sales of Americana soared, and as of December 23, 2013, the book climbed to the number 179 spot on Amazon.com's list of its 10,000 best-selling books. Adaptations. In 2014, it was announced that David Oyelowo and Lupita Nyong'o would star in a film adaptation of the novel to be produced by Brad Pitt and his production company Plan B. In 2018, Nyong'o told the Hollywood Reporter that she was developing a television miniseries based on the book, which she would produce and star in. It was announced on September 13, 2019 that HBO Max would air the miniseries in 10 episodes, with actor and playwright Danai Gurira as writer and showrunner.